What's up, y'all? Hope everyone out there doing great, living life, blessed life. All my people out there living and dealing with sickle cell. Hope you're getting through the day, staying positive in the hospital, emergency room, doctor visit, things like that. Praying for you. Hope everything's going well, like I said, and you're doing great. Just wanted to come on here and check. Well, not check, but just drop this video off. I know it's been a minute. Well, not a minute, but a couple weeks. I really wasn't gonna do this video because the way I was feeling, just one of things that I don't talk about, but I'm decided to talk about it on here. Just something that I go through uh, when and it dealing with sickle cell and stress. So I'm gonna talk about that for a little bit. Let you guys in on some things that I don't normally tell people, family, friends, things like that, and it'll be a shock for them once they see the video that they see this is what I go through and what I'm dealing with. So yeah, didn't really have a topic that I wanted to hit on. Well, this topic that I am going to talk about is depression, and a lot of people with sickle cell, I don't know if you do or not, deal with depression, anxiety, and things like that because the stuff that we go through, and it just brings you into a negative mind state. So I wanted to get on here and talk about what I was going through and what I've been through and things like that. And my first encounter with depression, it's been on and off things, my ups and downs, my struggles, things like that. It's been an on and off thing for about 9, 10 years, I want to say, dating back to late teens, probably 19, 20. And I first encountered depression after I got out the hospital dealing with one of my major crises where I was in the hospital for about a week, week and a half. Uh, couldn't eat. Was it just in severe pain, hunched over, fetal position, in my stomach, side area, and back. Just felt like a constant stabbing, man. Somebody stabbing me with a knife, just constantly stabbing. Like you see the movies where they get shanked in jail, just a constant stabbing. So I got admitted into the emergency room. Uh, couldn't eat anything for about 4 or 5 days straight. It was a winter time, so it had to be like January, because I remember being in my hospital bed and I turned over to my right and seeing all the snow outside, all the white on the trees and things like that outside my window. And I just remember going through with that. I had gallstones that I needed to be taken out, and my gallbladder that was taken out. So they stuck a tube down my throat to suck out all the gallstones through the machine. They put me to sleep for that. Woke up, man, my throat was, I could tell that they did something. And then, I don't know if that was the first procedure or the next one. I think it was the second one. But the first procedure was they had to cut me open. So I got 4 slits, 2 right in the middle, one on my belly button, and one up above my belly button, and then 2 on the sides, like my kidney area. And then that's when they took out my gallbladder. So after going through that, being in the hospital and dealing with that, I got out. And one thing that I noticed, man, when it comes to government, hospital, doctors, just anything like that, man, they'll send you that letter in the mail that as fast as they can, within a week's time, maybe 2 weeks, no less than that. So just getting back home, getting into a flow of things, trying to get back right, and things like that. So after the surgery and getting out the hospital, so got a letter in the mail, uh, as if I wasn't already dealing with enough stress. Because like I said, as you get older, your sickle cell starts to take more of an effect on you. And so my pain crises were more fluid, my stomach, back, side area, like my kidneys were killing me. Like I said, I had to give up sweet tea, not drink so much, because I was drinking probably like 2, 3 things of sweet tea a day, cups of sweet tea, and that sugar just had an impact on my kidneys. And so that's where a lot of that pain had came from. But when I got out, like I said, the stress was already weighing on me, and I got a letter from the hospital, and it was a payment, my bill for that time that I was in the hospital, and I was probably like no more than probably like a year or two out of high school, fresh out of high school. So trying to find my way, trying to find a job. I just had stopped working at Wendy's, and I want to say, yeah, this was right before I started working at Zaxby's. Like I said, January I went to work at Zaxby's. I want to say May. So got the hospital bill, opened it up, man. When I seen that amount, $56,000. $56,000 for a hospital bill for stay in the hospital and two surgeries for a week and a half amount of time. So, man, once I seen that, I'm just like, and to throw in there, this was around the time where it was kind of like a recession going on. People were losing their jobs. The gas was up at an extremely high price. Money was just not going around as it was. It was a recession time, so my mom had just got laid off from her job, so I was helping her and things like that. So once I got that bill, man, it was just like more stress weighed on top of more stress, which just cause when it comes to sickle cell, once you start stressing, man, your body senses that, and more pain crises and things like that happen. And I got to the point where it's just like, man, I really don't want to deal with this shit no more, man. The constant battles of going through pain and living life like this and not being able to live my life the way I wanted to. If my family background, if you don't know, I'll tell you a little about it. My mom, my whole family, my uncles played sports, football, basketball. My mom ran track, played basketball, athlete. My brother, football, college, University of Texas, one of the best defensive players in the nation, in the state of Texas, man. So when I was coming up, I looked at them and seen all their awards and trophies and stuff like that, and I was just like, man, I'm gonna be next, man. I'm gonna be right there along with them, man. And early on, I was doing good because, like I said, it wasn't affecting me as much when I was younger, and you just living without a care in the world, no stress, nothing like that. But I noticed as I got older, man, my body just started having a different effect to it. I just would notice I would be out of breath more easily, exhausted, tired, dehydration, uh, get dizzy, things like that. And I couldn't keep up with the other kids, man. I couldn't run a full court anymore. I had to play a half court, and then after a couple minutes or so, I had to get subbed out. Like I needed to catch my breath, some water and things like that, and just like, man. And so that was something that hit hard for me, man. That I couldn't play sports. That's why I'm so into sports now, man. I love watching sports, basketball, football. My Patriots play tomorrow, man. Hopefully we pull this off, man. Like I said, New Orleans was supposed to be in the Super Bowl, but y'all already know what. When it comes to the NFL, man, y'all always got something going on. Y'all just ain't want them New Orleans people up in Atlanta, because y'all know Atlanta and New Orleans people, same division, wouldn't have got along. So, but shout out to Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Kamara, all them boys out there in New Orleans. I hope to see y'all soon in the Super Bowl. Drew Brees come back. But like I said, my Patriots play tomorrow. I think we got a good game plan that's going to happen. Bill Belichick going to take care of the defense, had them all set up and things like that. And Tom Brady, you know the GOAT. He going to do his thing. Turnover free football. No fumbles, no interceptions, no strip sacks, none of that. We just need to play a good, clean game. Keep their offense off the field. Our secondary, McCourty twins, Stephon Gilmore, Chung, we gonna do our thing, man. Our front four, we gonna cause pressure. And our offense, man, Gronk gonna remind y'all why he the best tight end. Edelman, man, the toughest white boy I ever seen play football, man. He'll take hits and still keep on going, man. But yeah, we gonna hopefully we pull it off tomorrow, man. Y'all boys go out there and do your thing. I seen Mr. Kraft today dancing with Cardi B, having a good old time, man. Coolest owner in the NFL, man. But yeah, I'll probably get around and watch that game, just enjoy it. But yeah, so yeah, I've been living with depression for about 19 years, man, and uh, it wasn't as constant as it was back then. Like I said, back then, it was just something always weighing heavy on me, man. Stress and things like that. What I'm gonna do with my life, how I'm gonna do this, and trying to find a job that can manage and cooperate with my needs and my schedule and things like that, man. Because as far as it comes now, like I said, man, finding work where you can and they don't look at you crazy like, hey, man, you look normal. How come you can't work like everyone else? Can't work these many days? Oh, you starting to take too many days off or get off early and stuff like that. And they don't understand what sickle cell is and what we go through. So, uh, one minute I could come in, be good for an hour or two. Next minute, man, I'm in pain, dizzy, exhausted, feel like I'm about to pass out, uh, things like that. And I always get questions asked, why it always look like I'm just not mad but nonchalant when I come into work and stuff like that, and people mourning things and saying good morning, things like that. It's like, man, if you would know the truth and what I go through, I wake up in the morning in pain. I go through the day in pain. I come home and try to go to sleep in pain every day. It's a constant battle, man. I only get about 2-3 hours of sleep. That's why I hate waking up in the middle of the night, because if I do wake up, I know I'm gonna be up for the rest of the night, heating pad on my leg, trying to stretch and things like that, trying to get the blood flowing. So, I mean, it's just a constant battle. So, I'm at work most of the time, having to take like a pain pill before I get to work and things like that, just so I can make it through the day. So, just trying to find a job to understand that, and because they're not knowledgeable about what sickle cell is, that's why I wish it was more on a bigger platform like a cancer or the other diseases like that. But sickle cell is not, and that's why I'm trying to bring awareness to this disease, because man, it's hundreds of thousands to ain't no telling who, from anemia to the trait to the full blown disease that out there that has sickle cell. Even the people that don't know they have sickle cell, like I said, my mom still say my dad, till the day he passed away, he still claimed that he didn't have sickle cell, and that couldn't have been possible because my mom knew she had the trait. So yeah, my dad had to have it. And I remember one time I was just sitting, me and my mom was just sitting up at night, and this was when I was in my teens, and that's where I get it from. We night owls, so my mom stay up to about 1-2 in the morning, and we both the same. But I just turned my head and asked her, like, why did you do this to me? Did you not know this and that? And that's when she told me about he didn't know that he didn't have sickle cell. Well, he still claims that he doesn't have it. So yeah, I would be like, man, where would I be if I didn't have sickle cell? So that's always the constant thought, and I want to being able to just like do the same activities as my friends, go out, drink with them, or play football or basketball. Cause man, I could play some football and basketball, dog. Man, I was a wide receiver, basketball, man, I could shoot. I was shooting the lights out before Curry. And so I always thought I would be able to play some sports and things like that. So yeah, and that was a big thing that affected me. And so yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize to my mom for asking her dad, because I always thought it was like, man, did y'all not do y'all research or anything like that? And it's kind of like when I wasn't knowledgeable of sickle cell till my teens, till it started having an effect on me. I'm like, man, what's going on with my body and stuff? So I started Googling all this stuff, and Google, I mean, it has its pros and cons. You find out all the information you want and things like that, but then you start reading more into it and things like that. And so I would see things like life expectancy and the for males, the age at which you pass away, what's the most common age you pass away from sickle cell and things like that. And you're just like, man, how can you? It's one of the things that hold me back from a lot of like getting close to someone, a relationship, things like that. Cause I do want to have a family, have kids, and things like that. But I also want to be there in their lives and not have anything happen to me where my girl or whatever has to raise them alone. So I want to be here in the process of that. So yeah, this last week, man, it's just been stress been getting to me, man. And now it's just depression and took a toll on me, my body, man. Like I said, I'm 30 years old, but it feels like my body is like 70, 80 years old. Wake up in pain, go through the day in pain, go to sleep in pain. Weather's not making it better. Be 30, 40 degrees, then jump back up to 70. Uh, Blood flow, just trying to keep the constant blood flow, keep my body temperature at a constant level, and things like that. So, I mean, you try to do everything you can from the oils to the creams to the Epsom salt and things like that. But you do all this stuff and still it doesn't have uh, that constant relaxation that you want. So you have to keep on doing it and go and buy more and more products and find new remedies and things like that. Oh, let me show you all this though. One of my brother good friends had bought this for me. And man, this thing's so cool, man. It's like one of these vape oil things. And she sent it to me like 2 weeks ago because she heard I was sick and things like that. So, man, I'll plug this up as soon as I come home from work or every night. And y'all see, fill it up with water to the level. Put in whatever oil that you need. It's different oils. I got 8 oils. So the main things that I focus on: lavender helps with sleep. Eucalyptus helps with pain. Rosemary and peppermint. Those are the 4 that I use, and I do about a few drops of each one in there, and it just relaxes the mind, body, kind of like a spa thing. Get your mind and body relaxed and things like that. And it's been helping me with sleep and pain and things like that. But I mean, I still have to take my pain pills, my oxycodone and stuff, just to get a decent night of sleep. Because if not, I'll be up all night just thriving in pain and wake up, man, bags under my eyes, tired, dragging through the day and things like that, man. So, yeah, this is cool, man. I appreciate that she got this for me, man. So yeah, I had my whole room just smelling, like I said, lavender. Even lavender, Epsom salt, and things like that. But yeah, man, I noticed at an early age that, and it's just something that we don't talk about in the black community, especially as men, and when it comes to things like this, and that's depression, anxiety, and things like that, things that affect us. So I mean, it's just good for me. One, because like I said, the reason I started this was to bring more awareness to sickle cell and connect with others, and then show that there's people just like you that go through the same issues that you go through, if not on an extreme or a lower level, that you could connect with and talk to and things like that. And then 2, is kind of for me, this is how I have therapy for myself. It's therapeutic because I get to talk to you guys about these things. Because like I said, I don't talk to my mom or brother, or I don't open up. I'm not one of those open up type persons, sit and talk. So this is kind of like a therapy thing for me to get out and talk about what I go through and deal with and things like this. So a lot of my family and friends will see this and be shocked or surprised that this is something that I deal with on, I don't want to say daily basis. I deal with pain on a daily basis, but depression, man, it doesn't ever go away. It's always there, just over your shoulder, and it's those constant demons that you're battling. So, yeah, I've been feeling like this for a week, man. And I'm in my own house. I knew that I just walk around the house with my hood over my head or toboggan on, and I go straight to my room, be in the dark, no lights on, no TV, phone on do not disturb, not responding to texts or calling people back or anything like that. So yeah, I get into one of them moods, and it'll take me a couple days to get back right. But I just wanted to get this out there for anybody that might be going through the same thing, or just want to talk about the same issues that you might be going through. So, like I said, it's therapeutic for me, and I should be back within a couple days, man. Just stress and things like that, man. Work, Social Security, car, and man, it's just constant things that just stress you out, and it takes a toll on me because I'm a thinker. So I'm up most of the night just thinking and reflecting on things I could have done or should have done and things like that. So that's one thing I gotta stop. I just gotta learn to let things go, and I pray about it, man. Before I go to sleep, I pray. When I wake up in the morning, I pray about it. So it's just a constant battle, man. And like I said, I'll get over it. I don't want y'all to think that I'll harm myself or do anything to myself. So yeah, I just wanted to get this out there and put this out there for everyone, all my warriors out there that battle with this. Even if you just want to learn about sickle cell, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, man. Under the video to the right, it's a subscribe button. Just click on that and you'll be subscribed to my channel, so I won't have to keep on messaging y'all and DMing and sending text to everyone when y'all could just get it on y'all phone as soon as I post something. So yeah, like I said, man, I'm just sitting here watching the game right now, seeing what my Lakers do. I can't be mad. They putting up a fight, but Golden State, man, just too much firepower, man. Too much firepower. I don't see them losing this year. Uh, I don't know what we're gonna do. The Anthony Davis trade is out there. We gonna try to see if we can pull it off. I hate to see Anthony Davis leave New Orleans. That's my home. That's where I come from. So I hate to see him leave there. We finally get a player that's on the superstar level. But man, Lakers my team. I don't know why it is, man. Everybody just hate on Lakers, man. Greg Popovich, all the small town markets, man. Oh, don't let this go through. Y'all screwed us before with Chris Paul just because y'all didn't want Kobe to get his 6th ring. So I already know that, and now y'all trying to stop us from getting Anthony Davis when I want him right now, but next year he can become a free agent. Hey, my buddies, they looking clean right now. Say hey. Just got their hair cut, so they clean. They clean. You know me, man. I does my thing, man. Shout out Mitchell and Ness, Nike. I stay in all black, the Nike Tech suits, man. So like I said, Super Bowl tomorrow. All-Star Weekend gonna be in a couple of weeks. So shout out to all my people in Charlotte, man. Stay out of trouble, be safe out there. I know it's gonna be a lot going on. A lot of people out there from out of town, out on the streets and stuff, and the cops out. So just make sure y'all be safe. I went to go see Glass, the sequel to Split, and the sequel to Unbreakable. I want to say last weekend. Man, that movie was dope, especially ending. Man, James McAvoy, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, y'all did y'all thing. And I forget her name, but the lady from American Horror Story, man, that movie was dope, especially the ending. It was well put together, man. I'm sorry to see that it's the last one of it, but the ending it just took me for a loop, and I was glad to see that. But that was a dope movie. But like I said, man, I should be back to myself within a couple days, man. I just gotta kind of, and I hate that I get in my thoughts too much and start thinking too much, and things start weighing down on me and things like that. So I should be back to normal in a few days, and next show I'll touch on some things like Social Security, like I said, doctors, getting the right health organizations, groups, and things like that. So yeah, man, make sure y'all live life, stay blessed out there, and people don't know the things we deal with, but I'm just trying to put this out on the forefront, get as much help as we can, and get the right research and things like that. And I appreciate everyone out there that retweets, messages video to people that might have sickle cell, or you're just curious about sickle cell, what it is and things like that. So thank you all for your help, and like I said, make sure you subscribe. You can email me, hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and I'll be back.
Just let me know if you need anything, John.
Thank you, thank you. You're good. We keep about an hour.